Okay, so we're going to do the solutions to the third form indices test. 5a cubed all squared. Everything inside the bracket is squared. So we have 5 squared times a cubed all squared. That's equal to 25a to the 6. Question 2. 2x to the 4th times 3x cubed. Multiply the numbers. 2 times 3 times x to the 4th times x cubed. We get 6, and we know that when we multiply, we add indices. So 4 plus 3. So our answer 6x to the power 7. Question 3. 2 times 8x to the 6 to the 3rd power. Now, nothing happens to the 2 at first, but we find the cube root of what's inside the bracket. So we have 8 to the cubed times x to the 6, not cubed, cube root. And that's going to be equal to 2 times 2 times x squared, which is equal to 4x squared. 5 to the 4th divided by 5 to the power x. We can write this as 5 to the 4th times 1 over 5 to the power x. And then we use the rule for division. This is 5 to the 4 minus x. And we can't simplify that any further. And that's our answer. Question 5. We want to work out the value of a plus b squared when a is 2/3 and b is minus 2. So we have 2/3 plus minus 2 all squared. That's going to be equal to 2/3 minus 2 all squared. That's equal 2/3 minus 2 is 2/3 minus 6 on 3 all squared, which is equal to minus 4 on 3 all squared. But when I square a negative, minus times a minus, I get positive 16 on 9. I square the top, I square the bottom. Question 6. We multiply the top first. So we get 2 times 8 times x cubed times x to the 5th over 4x to the 6th. So 2 into 2 goes 1, 2 into 4 goes 2, 2 into 2 goes 1, 2 into 8 goes 4. So I have 4x to the 3 plus 5 minus 6. And that gives me 4x squared. Question 7. We have to evaluate these expressions. So this is minus 2 times 1 over 5 to the 0. So that's how we change the division to the multiplication sign. We then find the reciprocal. But 5 to the 0 is 1. So that's minus 2 times 1 over 1, which is equal to minus 2. Question 8. 5 times 8 to the 2/3. So we're going to work out the 8 to the 2/3, which is the same thing as 8 to the 3rd squared. That's equal to 5 times 8 to the 3rd, which means the cube root of 8, which is 2, squared. and 2 squared is 4. So 5 times 4 is equal to 20. 16 to the minus a quarter. So that's 1 over 16 to the positive a quarter. That means the fourth root of 16, which is 1 over 2. 49 to the minus a half times 64 to the third. So this is 49. This is 1 over 49 to the positive a half times 64 to the third. So this is the square root of 1 over the square root of 49. So 1 over 7 times the cube root of 64, which is 4. And so we have 4 times 1/7, which is 4 over 7. Question 11. 2 divided by 4 to the minus 2. So we can write that as 2 times 4 squared. Because 1 over 4 to the minus 2 is the same thing as 4 to the positive 2, which is 2 times 16, which is equal to 32. Question 12. We have to simplify this expression. So let us do the brackets, in what's inside the brackets. Let's see if we can simplify that first. So we have 4 into 4 goes 1, 4 into 64 goes 16. So we have 16 x to the 20 minus 4 to the power 3 on 4. That is equal to 16 x to the 24th, because negative times a negative is a positive, so we add. And this is to the 3/4. So we're now going to take the fourth root of what's in here. So we'll have 16 to the quarter x to the 24 on 4, but we still have the 3 outside. 16 to the quarter is 2, and 24 divided by 4 is 6, so we have 2x to the 6 cubed, and that's going to be equal to 2 cubed x to the 6 times 3, and so we get 8x to the 18. Okay, so we have to simplify this one. This is the fifth root of x to the power 10 divided by 32, y to the power 25. So we'll write this x to the power 10 over 32, y to the power 25, all to the fifth power. It means x to the 10 on 5 divided by 32 to the fifth power, y to the 25 on 5. That's x squared divided. Now the fifth root of 32 is 2, and 25 divided by 5 is 5, so y to the fifth power. Solve this for k. So let us take the left hand side. We write this as 8 times 8 to the half. That's how we change the square root of 8 to an index form, is equal to 8 to the k. Well, this is really a 1 here. So 8 to the 1 times 8 to the half is 8 to the 1 plus a half. So that's 8 to the 3 on 2, which is equal to 8 to the k. And so when we equate the indices, k is equal to 3 on 2. Okay, question 15. 3 times the square root of 27 is equal to 3 to the n. So we're going to express this 27 as a power of 3. So we have 3 times the square root of 3 cubed is equal to 3 to the n. I'm going to change my color. So this is 3 times 3 cubed to the half is equal to 3 to the n. 3 times 3 to the 3 on 2. Remember, we multiply. And remember, this 3 is the same thing as 3 to the 1. And so I add my indices. 3 to the 1 plus 3 on 2 is equal to 3 to the n. That's 3 to the 5 on 2 is equal to 3 to the n, which, by equating the indices, n is equal to 5 on 2. Last question. 5x to the minus 1 divided by 5 cubed is equal to 25 to the x times 5. Well, let's take this left-hand side and express it as a single fraction. Since it's division, we subtract the indices. That is 5x to the minus 1 minus 3 is equal, and I'm going to change this 25 to 5 squared so that I have everything in the same base. Now I simplify. I get 5x to the minus 4 is equal to 5 to the 2x times 5. Again, remember 5 is the same thing as 5 to the 1. And so I have 5 to the x minus 4 is equal 5 to the 2x plus 1. We add the indices. Now I can equate indices. X minus 4 is equal to 2x plus 1. Therefore, x minus 2x is equal to 4 plus 1. The minus 4 goes over as plus. The 2x goes over the other side as minus. X minus 2x is minus x is equal to 5. Therefore, positive x is equal to negative 5. And that's our answer. And that's the end of the test.